Welcome back. Yes, 5th episode of Bitches Brew. Today we got a lot in store for you today. So I'm hoping that you are tuned in. Can you be honest with your mate and your mate not feel away?
Yeah, can you do that? Do you think that's possible, babe?
Yeah. And then, hey, wait a minute. Do you think everybody cheats?
No.
Nah.
You gotta tune in.
You gotta tune in. Let us know what you think. Make sure you leave us that 5-star rating on iTunes. Let us know what you think, guys. Welcome to the 5th episode of Bitches Brew.
Bitches Brew.
Bitches Brew. Bitches Brew. Bitches Brew. With B and a J. B and a J. B and a J. Yeah, be rockin' with you. Rockin' with you. Rockin' with you. Oh, Bitches Brew. Bitches Brew. Bitches Brew.
Hey guys.
Hello, how are you guys doing today?
This is the 5th episode. We had we got 5 episodes.
5.
We're really excited today, guys, about this 5 episodes. So thank you so much for joining us. Of course, I have my macho, handsome, ever-present, independent, my
Girl,
baby.
Stop trying to gas me up now.
My baby,
Stop it.
the juice.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop. And I am sitting across from the gorgeous woman that sits on my arm all the time. Oh, she's so beautiful, y'all.
Thank
I
you,
should
baby.
see her. I mean, she's fine.
Thank you, baby.
The most beautiful girl.
You make me blush.
Miss Vanessa. Miss Vanessa.
Thank you, Juice.
Hey.
Hi, baby.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm excited about these topics today.
Yes. Okay, so
Yes.
let's jump right in.
All right. So
you guys know Juice is the topic king. These two spicy topics are brought to you by the Juice.
the juice. No, so one thing, I wanted to touch on, and me and Vanessa, we have been together for a while now, and I pretty much like everything about it. It's nothing that I don't like, but
As well, also.
yeah.
Did she do shit? Don't tell me no but.
No but. But for the people out there who, so I want to know, like, do you guys think that it is possible to be upfront with your mate and them not get offended? Meaning, like, if you don't like something, let's say, for instance, hair. Let's just say hair. Mm-hmm. I don't like the way your hair looks.
Mm-hmm.
If I came to you and told you that, how would you feel?
I would respect you because I'm like, now I got to change my fucking hair.
What would you really change it, though?
If I agreed with you. So, and then it's for me, I think I'm never really sensitive about how you say it to me because I have a really fucked up mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it can get nasty sometimes.
Yeah, I'm a stick it to you.
So I mean, but by you having that stick it to you attitude, do you think that's intimidating sometimes?
I have to believe that it is. I've been told that my entire life. Like I literally hear people say like, "Don't run him off." Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I'm
That's
running
crazy.
people off now?
That's crazy.
Just from a delivery, but you know what? Regardless of what you're saying to someone, it's always about how you're saying it.
Yeah.
It's on all levels. Like, you can literally tell someone that they look like shit. But if you say they look like shit, they're like, fuck you, But
Right.
if you say, like, you're just not really... I didn't really agree with that outfit today, or what made you do that.
So it's about the approach.
Yes.
That's okay.
I agree with that.
I can see that.
So I definitely think...
But people, not all people have that chill button. Some people just, it's blunt.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't care how you receive it, long as they get it off their chest.
I think it's more... Because, yes, sometimes it's like that. But... like if I had to speak for anyone, it could only really be for myself. Maybe in the, like for my friends, they know, they like, oh, Vanessa don't give a fuck. She just gonna tell you.
True.
And but my friends will also tell me like, but everybody doesn't know you, Vanessa, or as long as I've known you, Vanessa. Like you can't talk to people like that. And it's not so much that maybe I want to deliver it the wrong way. I'm giving you the difference between me being happy about something and me being completely upset about something that you said. And for me, it's never about how it's coming out. I'm just giving it to you raw. So I'm not thinking about the filter or the things that I should probably say to you, to consider your feelings. And that's probably the problem, because I'm not thinking about you at all. I'm thinking about what you said to me and how I'm going to give it to you.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
people should consider that, especially myself, like how you say it. You got to put the fucking filter there. It doesn't matter what you think. You can't, like if you can't, like, what is it? If you can't do it like in a courtroom, right? That's probably the most respectable place. If I can't, I can't stand up and make outbursts, right?
Yeah,
They're
you can.
I'm holding your ass in contempt.
You can do whatever you want.
You could.
It comes
because
but your actions comes with consequences.
Absolutely.
So I mean, my friends say that very same statement all the time. Well, you just don't know her. Well, that's her. Like that's just how she is.
About you.
Yeah, but they accept it, and I'm very appreciative of my friends because they do accept me in the.
But see, those are like the only people who probably do, and aside from family,
my family,
aside from friends and family, which is basically the category of people that really know you. Everyone else is like, I don't fucking know you. I don't know who you're talking to like that.
Yeah.
But for me, because I am that way, I don't really care about your delivery to me. I appreciate the difference between you showing me that you're upset about something or in that you enjoy or are happy about something that I said. So that's how I look at it. But that's a tunnel vision because I'm only looking at it from my spectrum, from my point of view. I'm thinking like, okay, well, I thought that was some woo, some hoe ass shit. Like, I got nothing but boys in my family. They used to talk some ugly shit to me.
But at the same time, when you become involved with someone, it's no longer about you.
You give up the eyes for us.
Yes, it's no longer you. So even though I might want to say it in the most rawest way, at the end of the day, I still have to consider your feelings and my feelings. Because if I say it wrong, you're going to say something wrong back to me. And then in return, now I'm on the fence. So now I'm retaliating based off what you just said. When in the beginning, if you just think about the other person, it can get a lot of it. I agree
with that because I think majority of the arguments or confrontation between two people, whether it's relationship or friendship, I think it's just based off of, I guess, how you're saying it and then how you delivered it. Because when you first say something, people are automatically defensive. If you're saying it about them, and it's like what? One, in their head, as you're giving it to them, they're like, do I do that? I don't do that. And then if they make it up in their mind that that's not what it is, now it's almost like, whoa, like damn near cutting you off. Like that's not, that's not true. That's not how I am. That's not what I meant. And so now you haven't even delivered everything that you wanted to say because they're just like on defense mode.
Because now you're cut off. So I could have the most genuine, politest way to come at you. But if I'm cut off mid-sentence now, and then during that mid-sentence, you already expressed to me how you feel, now I'm already drawn back because now it's like, okay, she obviously feels a way about this certain topic, so I'm going to pull back. And I don't want to argue. It's not that I don't want to say anything or I don't want to hurt your feelings or whatever the case may be. It's just that sometimes every battle don't need to be fought or some shit like that. So it's like sometimes you gotta pick your fights.
Right.
So it's just like, okay, well, obviously this situation is a little bit vulnerable to you, so I'm gonna go ahead and peel back.
But at one point, pulling back just takes away from you being yourself. So, okay, yes, you must consider the other person and this, that, and the third, especially if it's, about feelings or some love that's there. But at the end of the day, that person who's considering the other person's feelings is minimizing their own and their self. Because it's like, I want to say something to you, but I think you're going to get upset about it. So I'm going to just keep it to myself. But keeping things to yourself kind of build up though, right?
But when you be with someone, like you tell me all the time, I know something's wrong. Something's bothering you. Something is this, something is that. And
that's because I love you. I can tell.
But that comes to knowing the person, like.
And what about if you don't? And you got something that you need to say, but you're overthinking saying it to me, and me and you don't know each other that much. How the fuck is the person who wants to deliver something, how do they get it out?
Text message.
Fuck a text message. Text message misconstrues everything. What do I say all the time, babe, right? Like using myself. I'm so hard because I'm so soft, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so my bark, I'm not going to say my bark is worse than my bite because just don't make me bite you.
Oh, don't. I don't feel like dealing with it.
No, I'm just saying, but my bark is big and bad enough for you to reconsider whether or not you want me to actually bite your ass.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, the delivery isn't as bad as, like, I could probably think that the way that I'm delivering it is minimal, Mm-hmm. But I'm saying you. I'm not saying you.
Right. No, but use me, babe.
But you might still be offended by the night. I mean, here I am thinking like, oh, I thought I was being nice.
Like, I ain't even tell you what the fuck I really wanted to say.
Yeah. And you coming at me like this, I could just imagine how you was going to come at me if I would have said it like how I was thinking
how I wanted to say it like that.
Like, you don't get your motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? It's just about letting people be them and picking either the right people or delivering the right message to the person that you love about yourself. Mm-hmm. Because if it's an understanding, like I said, whether or not it's a relationship or some type of friendship, if you guys have an understanding about one another and who the other person is, then I think the sensitivity of walls get to come down in that situation. Like I have like 12 best friends, right?
A lot. Shout out to all y'all.
Shout out to all of my best friends. I love all of you guys. But all of my best friends.
Shout out to my best friends.
All of my best friends.
My best friend going like, oh, so you got best friends with Ness, huh?
Right.
I'm like, oh my God.
Who else is your best friend?
Oh my gosh.
Juice. But
hey, best friend.
But like all of my best friends, I've known like 18 plus years. So like when we get into it, it'd be like, whatever, I'll call her tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. And it's like, at what point are you able to have a relationship that's kind of like the friendship that you have? Because you're thinking like, I really don't like me, myself. I don't really get into it with any of my friends. Now, there's maybe a couple that I've gotten into it with like maybe once or twice. But other than that, I do not get into it with them. We are completely candid, conversation, completely and totally upfront. And then it's like, well, girl, I'm only saying this because I care. Mm-hmm. Because that's the only reason why anyone says anything to anybody else about shit, because they care.
Absolutely.
So if I'm saying like, oh, I don't know about them shoes, you know what I'm saying? Or even if I'm saying fuck them shoes, either way, however I deliver it to you, I'm saying it to you because I believe that you look away in it.
What I always say.
And I want to share it with you.
What I always say.
About what, babe?
I am a
reflection of you.
Yes, and that goes into everything. Like that's with friends as well. When you speak and some, like you said, sometimes people can't be honest, because it.
But they should be. Honesty is the most important thing that you can give to somebody. So
let me tell you a funny story. My best friend, right? I guess she had gotten enough, right, of me. She had gotten enough
she was
of
like,
me.
Yeah, I'm here.
I mean, her blood must have reached all the way to the
to the boiling
point. So one day I don't know where it came from, but it was like a 45-minute rant about
45 minutes.
I'm telling you, the whole ride home for me, it's like I'm on the phone, and she was. I mean, it was like it just snapped, and then from that point, it was like we were able to, and I sat there and I took it. I didn't debate on anything that she said.
Because obviously she was coming from a loving, but she's your best friend.
No, she's coming from an angry place.
Yeah, but she's only angry because she loves you, though.
Yeah.
You can't have those type of feelings, I don't believe, for someone that you don't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
Like a person, some random person on the street can't make me angry. I don't know you.
Yeah. I feel like, huh?
Right.
Okay, don't know
whatever you say.
Whatever. But no, this time she let me have it. I mean, and from that, we've been closer. Like,
because she was able to be raw with you.
Yeah, and she was very raw.
She took the fucking gloves off.
Gloves, hat,
well, because
shoes.
At some point, who else, if it's not your loved ones, which is basically, your friends and family, who else checks you, and I mean check as in growth. If you're only living in your mind about things that you should be doing or things that you should not be doing, not to say that you need the opinion of the masses, but the people that love you, they know you. Mm-hmm. And I believe that they have free range to check your ass about some shit.
I'm telling you,
because you need to, how else you going to do something differently? If there's not someone telling you like, I swear to God, I know a better way if you just let me tell you.
That's my two best friends. We have, like, let's say we've been going through something. We have like a best friend breakfast or a lunch or something, and we let it out. Like whatever's going on, we let it out, and we
because
tell
I
each
hate
other.
them chatty Cathys. You know what I'm saying? Those women, they be like, what show was that on In Living Color? I forget the segment. In Living Color.
Okay.
I forget the segment. But she walking around telling everybody business. But you ain't hear that from me, though.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, when she sit in the window.
She sit, because she know the whole neighborhood's business, right?
I can't remember her name.
I can't remember her name neither, but she'll tell you everybody business and be like, but you ain't hear that from me, though. Benita Bertel.
Yeah.
Yes, shout out to In Living Color. That was real TV. I love that fucking show. Yeah. But that's my thing, like, if there are things that you cannot say about someone that you know to their face, then you shouldn't be saying it. Because the only person who can address or fix the situation at hand, so to speak, is the person that you're talking about. So to sit there behind closed doors, and have whatever judgmental conversation, because that's how it's gonna make them feel, quote unquote. Whenever it comes back to them, because everything that's done in the dark comes to light. I don't give a fuck what you think it is. But once they get it back, they're offended. 1, because you couldn't tell them. 2, you told somebody else. 3, I can't believe you said that.
Like, damn, Joe, that's how you feel,
right?
Joe?
Like,
damn,
so
Joe.
I feel like it's an obligation amongst not just friends and family, just people that you respect, people that you fuck with. That's like, me and my Juice, we walking down the street. Juice got a piss stain. Hey, Juice, I'm not saying you do. You grown ass man.
I ain't say damn.
No, I'm just saying.
If I got
don't get my baby wrong. My baby a grown ass woman. But I have to say something. You know what I'm saying? I can't just let her walk around looking like that. And even if it's things that people don't want to hear, once you get it off yourself, you know what I'm saying? Then you probably won't say it to them no more. You still mad about that pee thing, babe?
I'm like,
it's just an example.
I'm like, no,
Juice does not piss herself.
Now everybody gonna think
they're gonna be like, so did she tell you about a piss stain?
Oh my God.
That's not, I'm just saying, like, for anything, I feel like you owe people the truth.
I don't have a piss.
Don't relish on it, babe. It's gone. But I just feel like it's an obligation. So, but then as an obligation, as much as it is an obligation to tell somebody the truth about themselves, after you deliver it, you can't make them see it. You can't make them eat it. You can't make them change it. Mm-hmm. I feel like whatever it is that you're expressing to the other person that you might dislike or like about them, that was more so for you.
Okay.
Now, the experience comes in whether or not they can relate to what you're saying or whether or not they've heard it before. Or like, I kind of thought that too, but I didn't want to ask nobody because I was self-conscious. It just depends. It's so many different avenues that you can take, just a general conversation. when I believe that it's just based off feelings for me. I think everybody does that based off feelings. So I believe if you can just be honest with somebody about something, then without your feelings, because me and one of my best friends, Fat Fat, shout out to Fat Fat, that's my best friend with a bunch of A's. When we've gotten into it about something or needed to express something about something, like the next day we eat cereal. You know what I'm saying? And don't talk about it no more. Like, I told you what I wanted you to know. You told me what I wanted to know. And then the next day it'd be like, okay, cool. You cool?
Yeah,
okay, cool. Let's keep it going.
That's usually how we are. We tend to, like, me, once it's out there, it's just like, okay, well, we don't have to keep talking about it. We ain't gotta drag it along.
That's what me and Fat Fat be talking about. We be like, we in a ring, right? I'm in a boxing ring. I'm me. And this corner is me. And in the other corner is my feelings. And we duking it up. I'm trying, no feelings. I'm not trying to get into no feelings, because I believe whereas feelings is the emotion that we carry as human beings that make us human beings, the chemical makeup of us, the love, all of that, the things that you can't see that make us us, they also contribute to the ability to just be raw, to just be honest. I feel like, because people have feelings about certain things, like it wouldn't matter if I put a gallon of sugar on that shit, put some honey, sweet tarts. It probably wouldn't matter how sweet I gave it to you. Mm-hmm. If it's something that you dislike or insecure or vulnerable about, you're not going to like what I said, period. It don't even fucking matter. And I believe that stems solely from feelings. If people would remove their feelings from a regular candid conversation, I believe that you would be more receptive to what the conversation was.
But when you are involved with someone, when you tell them how you feel, I mean, that's your feelings.
Absolutely.
So it's like, okay, now I'm taking my feelings out. Where am I putting them?
To the side, so you could tell me the real, and then bring it back and be like, okay, but I love you anyway, and I'm going to help you fix this. Those are your feelings. You just brought it back, but you just told me, like, girl, you came in here smelling the whole food today.
Right.
Okay. I just wanted to tell you that you did not smell clean.
Mm-hmm.
But in addition to that, so now I took my feelings out of that to get that to you. Now they got a 2 for $8 special at Walgreens. You know what I'm saying? I just put some humor on that. Now you're like, okay, because I had a best friend like that, in grammar school. She was the pissy girl in the class. You know what I'm saying? But that was my nigga. I would bring her extra clothes. Like, maybe she not getting it or something. Like,
that's crazy.
But I had to just tell her, like, hey, you smell like you peed on yourself.
That's crazy.
And then later on, I was like, so, I mean, maybe I could bring some diapers or something.
But seriously, though, on for real, to like, if you are too blunt with a person, like, too often, do you think that would lead to something else?
No. In my personal opinion, I figured you would. In my personal opinion, I believe that the more you allow someone to be themselves, the better everything is. So, it's like, oh, because we have feelings, you should say it nicely.
No, I don't think it's more so about saying it nicely. I just feel like if every time I turn around, it's something that you are being honest about, then it's going to lead me to doing something else.
Only if you're insecure about the things I'm honest about.
It's not really it's not really a insecurity. It's more so of like, at this point, if you're constantly coming at me about something, I'm going to start thinking that you're nagging.
Women nag.
Yeah, but that shit is also a turn up too.
It's annoying. People nag you. Yeah. Women nag.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing.
If it's something that
I'm
I
not
want or I want you to
disagreeing
do, I'm on your ass.
I'm not.
Juice.
But so this is going to go into like the next topic. It's like, okay, so if you just feel like if I'm steady, coming at you about, well, this and that and this, and I've been this way for however many years. And maybe it's nobody in my circle has been that honest with me, but.
Okay, because that could be one avenue.
Or it's like.
Or you've always heard that shit and nobody seems to want to help you with that shit. They just keep poking at that shit like, gee, you should really fix that shit. Why don't you help me fix that shit then? That's because that could be another avenue.
Yeah. I mean, that can be too. Or it's just that, just like we said previously, it's about, like, I know I have an attitude problem, but I can also be semi-sensitive. And I can be. And
I thought you were going to say fake.
No. And then, I look at it like, how, like, it's like, okay, so like right now, let's say if you got a problem with my attitude and this, that, and the third, and then you turn around and now you got a problem with this, and then you got a problem with that. Now I'm sitting here, I'm going to start thinking like, you know what, like, she getting on my nerves. She's just not happy with me at all. It's always something that she dislikes. So what am I going to do? I'm going to find somebody who likes me, because you can't just keep telling somebody, oh, in a very blunt and mean way that you don't like this and you don't like this.
You
but
also
then,
can't keep running from
but
the
then
truth.
But then you have somebody come up to you, the same thing that you're nagging me about. I got somebody come up to me and they tell me, oh, this is something that they like about me.
Mm-hmm.
So now I feel like I can be myself with this other person versus now I got to change for you. I don't want to change.
People make adjustments for everybody. Everybody makes some type of adjustment for love. If there's a relationship that you're into, one of them or both of them, or how many of y'all is in a relationship, if y'all polying it up, somebody is making an adjustment. Somebody is. Somebody's like, oh, well, I don't like this about you, or I don't like it when you do this to me. Like, there will be, with people, more than one person in each type of situationship, there will be someone who wants something else. It's that 80-20 thing. Mm-hmm. You can sit there and you can complain about the person that you think is nagging at you. And then in their mind, they're telling you about things that they can either help you enhance or that if you changed might make you better.
So do you think that 20% leads to people cheating? Because I don't think anybody is 100% compatible for each other. I just don't believe.
Absolutely true. It's 80-20. You can sit here and get 80% of that 100% that you want from one woman, and then you get mad because her 20% that you don't like gets on her nerves.
But can that 20% lead to you cheating?
Only if you're weak.
It's not even okay. So
and I meant weak, like if you're in a relationship with somebody, you're with them. If you don't want to be with them anymore, you don't have to cheat on them.
It's not
you
even,
can just tell them.
But it's not even about, oh, I don't want to be with you. That's
so you want to have your cake and eat it too.
See, I don't.
What that mean? Tell me what you're saying then.
No, so I'm thinking that, like, that 20. See, okay, let's bring it back. See, people think when they hear the word cheating, the first thing is having sex or anything physical.
Not so much myself.
It's not, and that's not cheating.
I don't really think. So physical, definitely gonna say that's cheating.
I mean, it is cheating, but that's not the only form of cheating.
No, it's not the only form of cheating. No, I agree with that. So, but whether or not someone can make you mentally cheat on them is complete decision. It's up to you because
that's
you
determine pleasure.
But
that's
you determine whether or not you want to do that, though.
That 20% is a guilty pleasure. Like, let's say
it's a dumb guilty pleasure because you got 80% and you want to go out and find the 20% so you can make yourself feel better about it.
But it's not that. Like, that 20%, it could be, let's say if let's say you don't like sports, but I do. Now, I find, a woman, and I'm not saying that I have or I am or I will, because I haven't.
Will not.
I won't. But we might share like that love for a sport, right? But it's just like you wouldn't understand.
Just like the person that you're saying is nagging, they probably have something that they're nagging about you, right? And you like you said, it's vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that you don't like about them now. Now, are they considered the same type of person? So now we have two people who are 80 for each other going out to request the 20, and then the 20, but you just don't understand how much that 20 felt to me. Like,
it feels good. That 20% feels good.
Have 20.
But
then.
it's not saying that I am ready to risk it all for that 20. I'm just saying to you, like, that 20, in that moment, it feels important.
You got to think about logic because you're talking about feelings. I've never really sat and thought in my feelings because you can't think logically inside of feelings. So in my mind, if there was someone who was attributing to the 20% that I never get stroked, it's like, yeah, that's cool, but I'm cool. Like, because it's like, logically, if I had to think this out in my mind.
But a lot of times you're not really thinking.
You should be. You should be. It shouldn't be
because
most people are like, it's instinct. It was an accident.
Looking at it right now. At this point, you're looking at it because the question is being presented to you, so you're answering it the best way you know how.
Mm-hmm.
That 20%, that happens uncontrollably, and you don't even know that it's happening.
There's nothing that a human being does that's uncontrolled by that human being. There's nothing that you did. Like, you see how I just raised my hand there?
Mm-hmm.
I did that shit. There's nothing that a human being does without. Now, if something is done to them, like how they say you fall in love, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you get to choose that. I mean, you can choose who you love, but falling in depth of that love is kind of like something that happens to you. But what you decide to do with that feeling is totally in your hands.
It's not.
Okay.
When you fall, that's something that you really can't control.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because you're falling. When you fall down the stairs,
it doesn't say easily recline.
Yeah.
It says falling.
Can you stop? Can you stop yourself before you fall? I mean, you can catch yourself sometimes, but when you actually fall,
I don't know, because you heard the phrase like I done tripped and fell into some feelings, but I'm cool now.
I don't know.
I just really don't like the I don't know thing. Like, I don't know why I did that.
Sometimes sometimes you just don't know. And it's not saying
it depends on the person. It's different strokes for different folks.
But it's not saying that, like, you asking me a question and I don't want to answer, so I'm just gonna say I don't know. Sometimes you legit don't know. Like, how many times have a person said, "Well, what do you like about me? What is it about me? Like, what is
Everyone
it about me?"
says that.
And
but
sometimes
everybody's
you don't.
not gonna like everything about you, though. It's just weird that people. Essentially, I just feel like you would probably be the only thing that can fill yourself up, 100%. So if you know that it's the 80-20 rule with people, but you're not saying you're willing to risk it, you're just saying that it just sometimes happen. Like, so what about the 80 then? How should they feel about you just risking it then?
I'm not saying that. I mean, if you good with it, the 80 ain't gonna even find out. No, I'm just.
That's fucked up. So you're advocating cheating. Is everybody?
No, I'm not.
So you think everybody cheats?
I mean, in some form, I do. Yes.
Okay. Explain.
We've been sitting here talking about it. That 20%, like you don't know, like, and you do it unconsciously, and I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, and I'm not saying that you just go and you just go out there and cheat, and I'm not saying that I'm cheating, because I don't know. My definition of cheating might be different from your form of your cheating. Like, I can think something that's very harmless with going to a baseball game with somebody or going to a basketball game with somebody, but your feelings might be hurt. You might feel a way about that. So to me, that's cheating.
It's too many feelings.
Well, when you're in a relationship, you need feelings.
You do. But
That's what's going
to... As you're telling me that you can choose, or sometimes that you can't choose, that it just happens. There are some things that you can stop from just happening.
Or sometimes you don't know that you're doing it. That's what I'm saying. You don't know that you're doing it. Like I just said, I can go to a game with somebody and I'm thinking that it's okay by my standards.
But if we're talking about feelings, you get a feeling if you're doing something wrong. Just like you say, you don't know, and sometimes it just happens to you. Sometimes you just get a feeling like, this is a bad idea. You just get those feelings too.
But how? It's just a basketball game.
And then,
now you just said that I pretty much just cheated. But I'm thinking that it's just a basketball game, so it probably didn't.
But there are circumstances for everything. So is it just a basketball game that you never told me about that you're going with your ex-girlfriend to? Because then it's like, well, why didn't you tell me? Why are you going with your ex-girlfriend? And this, that, and the third. It's circumstance for each type of something that just happened.
Sometimes it just happens. And you just don't know.
So this is you?
No, I'm not. No.
So, but you can't really negate the fact that something could just happen and you just not be in control of it, because you just stated that everyone is that way.
But it's something that I might view as harmless that you might feel a way about.
Vice versa. I could do something that I think is
absolutely.
harmless.
Absolutely.
That you're like, oh my God.
Why the fuck did you just do that?
Yes.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. So it's just like, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. And
no one's perfect. That's
absolutely.
The whole point of the fucking 80-20.
Right.
It's just that most people are so self-serving. Everybody's not self-serving. Like, there are people who are here to serve others. There are people that I know who have literally called themselves ladders for other people. Like, I know I was put here to help you and then blah, blah, blah. And they can accept those roles. But people who are more self-serving be like, but damn, that 20 looked good. That felt good that day. But like, damn, your whole plate is pretty much half full. But you are incomplete because of a small percentage. Because who's to say that people don't play into that 20% that you need at some other point? Because the whole point of the 80-20 is that you're 80% of what I need, so I'm going to be the other 20. And
that's true.
When I'm 80% of what you need, then you'll be the 20. Like, it's not because I need to find bits and pieces to make it 100%. Whatever someone else is lacking, you feel that shit. You be that shit that the person is missing. Then it's not, well, you're not 100% of what I want. You're not, no one is. But the goal is to find someone who can give you that 80%. And then that 20, you're like, fuck it, I got it. Because it's a team. You giving up those eyes for us.
So I'm going to the basketball game by myself?
What?
Huh?
Who going to the basketball game by themselves?
No, I mean, no. I don't know.
Well, so cheating is fucking someone else who's not yours if you're in a relationship. And then, that's the full end. Because that's what people... Let's put it in perspective. When you're married, you have a certification. If you cheat on your partner, it's called adultery. And that you can actually write up a contract.
But what is cheating though? Like,
sued,
what do you physical?
But that's what I'm saying. For the legal portion of this, as far as marriage is concerned, cheating is sleeping with someone else. Like being caught, being intimate. This is why they got private investigators. Like, I seen you kissing this nigga that's not yours. Like, that's the whole point when you're thinking about marriage. That's what they see it as, cheating, period. Where on a spectrum of feelings, you can sit there and be like, well, cheating was you talking to that person for that long. Or cheating was you getting to know that person and hanging out with that person. Cheating is knowing how I would feel about that and you did that shit anyway. But from a legal standpoint, cheating is sleeping with someone who is not yours. Who you did not get married to, who you did not stand before a judge and take an oath and vow to honor, cherish, and love. Like, and that's like, for them, it's like breaking the law. Like, you could get paid off that unless you got a prenup.
So if you got a piece of paper cheating is defined as sexual physical contact.
Yes, and I felt that's like,
if
I guess
you're
they got
not
that from
in a
Logical.
relationship, I mean, if you're not married, then it is you hurting someone's feelings.
What?
That's pretty much what it is. No, that's what I'm saying. Like that's
a personal judgment that you're saying right now.
Yeah.
that's
how
pretty
you feel?
much what it is, though. If we are not together, if we are not married, right? Let's say that I'm not.
Gays can get married. Sorry, really excited about that.
So if we're not we're not married, right? So just like you just stated, with the piece of paper is more of a sexual thing. Okay, let's take the piece of paper out of it. So now it's just us being in a relationship. It's more so anything that would pretty much hurt your partner's feelings with another person. If you get joy from being with another person or whatever if you know whatever you're doing or saying or the way you're acting is going to make your partner feel a way, that's cheating.
So without feelings, for me, if you take a piece of paper away, I can't cheat on you because we're not together.
No, once you add that piece of paper, it's no longer cheating. Is no longer about your feelings. It's more so sex because that can't
It's still
stand
about
up
your
in
feelings in a marriage.
You can't go up in front of a judge, a divorce judge, and say, "Well,
You can't do that without a piece of paper. You in no shape form can you go in front of any legal or legislative judicial shit and tell them about your feelings. You got to tell them about some shit that's breaking the law.
You need facts.
You need facts. So if I did this in a factual form without a marriage certificate, we're not together. Let's see. If you cheated on me, I guess it would be a sexual thing, and then you hanging out with maybe, I don't know, someone that you thought was pretty and you thought about having sex with her, or maybe someone that you have had sex with. I guess that's what cheating is for me, but I don't believe all people cheat. You do.
Yeah. Well, I think that cheating for me is more so of entertaining someone and having to hide it. Or physical is the obvious. And then when you find joy within someone else other than your partner, I think that's cheating. Whether it's conversating, texting, if you feel like another person can is your escape from your partner, you're cheating. So that's what I think.
Guess I could agree
and
with
it's
that.
not even a
Anything that
person though. Like sometimes you don't even cheat. I don't think that cheating is always a person. It can be, cheating is a guilty pleasure. Like it could be you sitting in a cigar shop, relaxing, and you see your phone ring and you just don't want to be bothered. You're kind of cheating on your partner with the smoke shop.
I so disagree with this shit.
So it's just like, it's something that you don't want your partner to be a part of.
I will agree that anything that you can't do in front of your partner the same way that you would behind their back would probably be some sort of blurred lines for cheating, because in front of you, I'll address this girl or woman, as a friend. But, without you, I'm addressing, like, behind your back, I'm addressing this woman as boo, as bae, as things that I wouldn't even call you in the event that my counterpart was standing here. So, yeah, I can agree with that. But as far maybe as like a cigarette shop, well, maybe cheating, could be something that you guys have agreed to do together and you stepped out on it and didn't tell her. Like how we're both doing the vegetarian thing. If I step out and have a steak, I'm cheating on us.
Man, man.
I'm cheating on our situation.
Man, we could have had this steak together. Like, why you ain't tell me?
So I guess
Now
I
my
can
feelings
agree
hurt.
with that if it's some type of thing that we do together, like that's our thing. And then you go out and you do something completely opposed to our thing without me, like, okay, you cheated on our thing. But whether or not I believe that you can cheat on me with a cigar because you didn't answer the phone, no, I'll keep calling you.
But then it's like, yeah. I think that that's my opinion, but I think that it is kind of like, you're like, I don't want to be bothered. Like, so you just like, now you put your partner on the back burner so you can have your time, your own time, and so that's kind of like,
me time is necessary though.
yeah.
Maybe,
but then if you can't be, what if you can't be honest about, having.
There's nothing in this world you cannot be honest about.
Okay, let's say I say I want to go to the smoke shop and this, that, and the third. I like doing it. Well, okay, well, I'd like to go to the smoke shop too, but I don't want you to go. Okay. Now you're in your feelings.
No,
I'm
not.
Now you sitting there.
Obviously, you want to be by yourself. Shit, call me if you want me to come pick you up. I'll holler.
Yeah,
okay. I got other shit to do
saying
too.
That now.
It's not like that, babe.
Okay.
People are not all functional off feelings. I'm definitely not one of those people. Literally, because I will say something to you that will probably, you're like, oh God, that was so shitty. And I'm like, however you receive that is not how I meant it. I just don't have a filter, right? Mm-hmm. I just wanted you to get what I meant. But it was probably brash because I was raised by men. Mm-hmm. My mom's a guy. Like, and I meant that in the most like stern way. She was like, my mama was that nigga. Like,
yes, that's my mom.
That's what I'm
saying.
Hey, mom. So that's what I'm saying. Self. So it's like being a product of your environment and then being that for so long, it's like, well, fuck it. Shit, I'm in my 30s. This is just who I am, right? But at some point, you making some adjustments for that. But in all situations, I feel that everybody deserves the truth. Even if they don't, you like, oh, I don't want it. Like, so you want me to lie to you. I'm not fake. I'm not phony. And I don't really know too much about sugar. I don't like honey. So fuck the bees. Like, it's not that type of thing. The entire notion behind a conversation is understanding. And if you understand it better because I put some sugar on it, it's because your feelings is on your fucking sleeve about what we're talking about. Because as you stated, people are only offended by something if there's probably some truth to that. So if I delivered it just as rudely as that truth was, then it's probably because you needed to hear it in that raw setting. Mm-hmm. So I believe the way that some things are given to you causes a different reaction. Mm-hmm. So if I say what's the meme on social media? They say, you can't tell kids just to sit down. She's sitting there playing with the fan. She's like, sit down, Chloe. Chloe keeps playing with the fan. Girl, if you don't sit the fuck down. Mm-hmm. Now she go, oh shit. But her delivery was way more aggressive, but now you get my fucking point. Sit your ass down. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I talk to Prince. I can't be nice to that motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying.
I gotta talk to him.
You do have to yell at Poo-Poo. I'd be like, Poo-Poo, get off the bed. He'd be like, bitch. I'm not going nowhere.
And I'd be like, get your motherfucking ass off the goddamn bed.
Or like, you literally have to kick this, not like kick him, like slide his little ass off the bed because he not listening to nobody. And then he gonna just get right back up there. He ain't give a fuck about what you said.
And then Prince is the dog.
Yes, that's a Poo-Poo. He thug life.
He thug life.
But that's what I'm saying. So sometimes the way you give it to somebody, it isn't always about how they receive it, though that is a portion of it. But sometimes you just need to know, like, this, okay? And then I'm sorry how I made you feel. I'm sorry about that.
So let me ask you this question, right?
Uh-huh.
Let's say someone left their 80%, right, for that 20,
mm-hmm.
right? How long do you think it should take that 80% to get over the partner that left them for the 20?
Oh, well, there isn't really a designated time for you to get over someone. It's really about you and your feelings. For me,
Back to that feelings. I told you, cheating is feelings.
Speaking from my personal opinion, like, I haven't really given my feelings too much in a relationship. Like, the women that I've been involved with, yes, I love them. But if at some point I know that I'm not what you're looking for because there's just something about me that you don't like, then see ya. Because I love you, but I love me more.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, even if, like, because it's not too many times that you embarrass yourself for love, but the few times that you do and it doesn't work, you never do that shit again.
Mm-hmm.
It changes you. You like, fuck that. I'm not going to do that shit no more because that shit ain't working for me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, like, there's no specified time on it, but if someone willingly walks away from something, you know, just because of that small portion, then they didn't deserve you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to take the good with the bad. You cannot appreciate the great, amazing things about someone without seeing the fucked up bad shit about them or knowing the things that they've gone through that have probably helped create the monster that stands before you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then it's about layers, how, you know, in Shrek, I got layers. Like, you really must break people down into layers. Like, because what they eat doesn't make you shit. But as a union, things that they've eaten have kind of turned rotten in them. And now they probably a little rotten towards you. But because you love that person, you help them fix it. Especially if it's some shit that your ass don't like. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't like that, you should help them fix that shit.
So my thing, okay, so I was single for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. We talked about it.
Yes, it was a long time ago. But, and this is, my thing is, not to go back to the whole cheating aspect, but it's more so, like, I really, like, I wouldn't want anybody to cheat on me because I really feel like if I am lacking that 20%.
No one wants to be cheated on, baby.
So if I'm lacking that 20%, like, I'd rather for you to tell me.
Yes.
And me personally, because I love you that much and I want to be with you, and you don't have to go and do anything behind my back, just tell me. And I'd be like, okay, if that's what's going to make you happy, because it's obviously something that I can't do for you. So sometimes people don't understand what it is that they're looking for within that 20%. So they go out and they look for it in different aspects. So,
well, in some cases, because if the 20% is a woman that don't nag, it's basically because your woman nags. So I'm looking for a woman that don't nag.
No, but sometimes though, like, you can think, like, I can think that you're my 100%. I can think that you're my 100%, but I'm probably your 80.
People think too much about what other people are thinking. I think I had this conversation with one of my best friends. What other people's thoughts are live rent-free in someone else's mind sometimes. So now I'm being over analytical and I'm like, okay, I think they're great, but what if I'm not great for them? What if they do this? What if they do that? Subconsciously, you're putting yourself down. And now it's going to show in the relationship because now you're thinking that maybe you're not the 100, but you think that they're the 100. So now, and in all relationships, no one likes unbalanced shit, but it's not balanced. I don't care how anyone looks at it. Because they'll be like, oh God, I never want to feel like I love them and they don't love me back. Or I never want to feel like I'm in love and they're not in love back.
That's why I was, before you, I was so single for so long. It's because, like, you know.
You live in your head.
It's not that I live in my head. It's that I wanted to be my own 100%. You know, I didn't want to give somebody 80% of me. So, and that's.
But your 100% comes from your partner.
But sometimes you got to be completely open with a person. Mm-hmm. If you cannot be completely open with a person, then you're not giving 100% of yourself. So until I can be 100% open with someone else, then you're not getting all of me. So therefore, there's no way I'm your 100%.
You can never really give 100% to one full thing anyway. So say like I'm in a relationship, I go to work, I got a dog, you know, sometime I forget to walk Caesar. I'll be like, fuck, I got to walk Caesar. Because I've been at my woman house all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. Call my best friend like, girl, could you walk Caesar? Because I'm lacking on Caesar. Or, you know, I'm out of town for some business. I'm lacking on my relationship because I'm not there feeding into my relationship. So I don't believe that there's anything that you can put 100% totally into, but there's percentages of yourself that can make 100%.
Nah, I don't agree with that statement.
That's why it's called personal opinion.
Yeah, facts. Very, very much facts. So, again, and then it goes back to the whole how long does it take? It was crazy because
well, they did give it like 6 months. Isn't that what they say?
Fuck no.
I'm just saying that's what it said in a book somewhere.
No, fuck that. No, it don't take 6. If you really love somebody, it does not take 6 months. I'm sorry. 6 months is no time at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's from like. So you telling me if I was with somebody for 5-6 years, in 6 months I should be over that person?
No, I'm not saying that you're going to stop thinking about them, this, that, and the third. But see, like, I'm different. Like, I'll make myself not call you. I'll make myself, like, not bring you up. Like, I'm pushing you out like a baby. Like, get out. I want to be rid of these feelings. You cannot do
that in 6 months.
No. You probably can't do that in 6 months, but it's different strokes for different folks. There's different timelines for everybody. Because sometimes people just, they relish in it. They live in it. They can't, oh, God, I can't get over it. Like, but you can. But you just don't want to.
You just took, and then, like, depending on the stage of your life, to be with somebody for 5 years, so you got from the ages 20 to 25, that's a stage. From 25 to 30, that's a stage, you know? So let's say you gave a person a stage of your life.
I did.
And then, like, now you're trying to transition into another part of the stage. And now you're trying to transition to another. So now this is another stage in your life that you're going to.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, you don't really know how to transition because for like the past 5 years, it's like you're kind of forced to transition. And it's not like a genuine transition. It's like you kind of forced. So now it's harder.
You got to stand up in it. You have to stand up in shit that you go through. Like, everything that you go through is probably at some point meant to break you. And if it breaks you, you lost. If you get stronger from it, you win. That's like on tug of war. You pull it one way, your team wins. You pull it the other way, your team loses. I feel like, you know, like first, like for me, like my feelings don't control shit. Like, yes, initially. And if I'm like, okay, yes, I'm so hurt. Oh my God. But after a while, like, what about the people who get I don't want to be with you no more. You know, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear you. It's over. Like, how many times are you going to make yourself susceptible to that shit? That type of hurt. You're deciding to listen to that shit. Like, you're calling them and they're like, why the fuck do you keep calling me? Like, I'm not going to keep setting myself up for that. That's going to kill me every fucking time I hear that shit. So I might not call you shit.
Break. Sometimes you have to break. Have to break out of that stage.
I'll break by myself. I'm not gonna break in front of somebody else.
And you can do that.
Shit.
That's why you can close the door.
Hell yeah.
And you can be in the room by yourself. You can break. And again, you have to be able to. You have to find yourself because now you got to look for yourself in a different stage of your life. Some
people are afraid of progression. I welcome it. Like, even if I don't understand it because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the next platform is, and I'm not going to know till I get there. But I can't stay in this phase because obviously this shit is over. So let me keep it the fuck moving.
Yeah. But how long does it take you to just keep it moving? Like, how long do you
There's no time. It's different strokes for different folks. It's about the character of the person. Like, either you're going to let this go on for however long you let it go on, or you're going to make it stop for whenever you decide to make it stop. Like for me, like myself, I was in a relationship with a woman for 5.5 years. I probably made myself look stupid trying to get back to her. And when I let her go, do you know she came back? I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that's
you.
You usually don't know what you have until it's gone.
That's exactly what the fuck it is. Because it was like, I played these games for this many years. I went through this. I went through that. I'm so emotional. I love you so much. And then it's still like that rejection, I won't keep submitting myself to that. I'll just let you go ahead and have your whatever the fuck it is that you're trying to have, because I'm going to still be me, because it's only one me. I'm going to be a me. So you're going to get you with somebody else, and I'm going to stay over here and be me, and then you're going to come back and tell me, like, you know what? I liked you being you. Look at that. Look at that.
But you can only be you after you've been broken. Because you come back bigger and stronger.
Well,
after you've been broken, you put yourself back together.
I think you come back stronger.
You come back a whole hell of a lot stronger.
It depends, though, because sometimes people come back defensive. Sometimes people come back vulnerable about a certain subject. Sometimes people come back spiteful. You don't know what that time is going to give them. This is why me and my best friend, we always say time is my best friend, because time decides what happens. So after a longer period of time, you know, if that person is still on some, no, you ain't what I want, like, you're wasting time now, you know, because when you going to give time to yourself and your situation, to your healing process, to the things that you need to make you more fruitful and better about yourself, you're going to keep giving time to a motherfucker who do not want to.
You stop.
Hell yeah.
You stop.
And you pick yourself up and you put yourself back the fuck together.
5 years. That's how long I was single. 5 years. That was a whole lot of time.
Yeah. But you decided to take that time. You needed that time.
Yeah. Because I didn't want to rush into anything. I didn't want to force anything. I didn't want to do any of that. Like, I wanted to make sure that I was completely happy with myself and with the person that I wanted to be with. So I'm happy. I'm in a good space.
With the person you want to be with.
Absolutely.
And I know I can be challenging, because if you guys can't tell, like, we are two totally different personalities.
Yes.
Like, I'm fire, my baby's water.
She has a very powering personality. You see, she keep cutting me off.
It's not like I talk over everybody. My mom would be like, girl, shut up. I'll be like, I'm talking too much. I'm sorry. But see, I have that personality. If I'm doing too much, you got to tell me, because I'm just too busy being my motherfucking self. Like, I'm like, do. You like, would you stop doing that? Like, oh shit, you got a problem with that? Why the fuck you ain't say something?
And I just be like, okay. All right. Okay.
But opposites attract. And I will do whatever it is that I need to do to make sure that my juice is comfortable.
Ditto.
So whatever you need, whatever type of sugar, show me how to have sugar, because you got good sugar. I like your sugar. I meant like your sugar, not like your sugar, your sugar.
My sugar or my sugar?
Like your sugar. Like, I love your sweetness. You know, I love how, you know, calm and
vulnerable
delicate.
I am with you.
I'm vulnerable with you too, though. But for someone who is as abrasive as myself, it's so much harder to be vulnerable, because it's like, if I do it, they're going to think this shit's supposed to happen all the time. If I be soft, they're going to want this soft shit all the time. And I am not built like that. But as you stated, for someone that you love and you're in a relationship with someone that you love, it is absolutely imperative that you can at least do the things that they ask of you. You know, like, it's not, if you don't want to do it, get out of the relationship. You know, like, it's not about just you. It's about you guys. You know, and communication is so huge. Like, I could be saying the same thing 50 million times, but because you were never, like, I'm talking to you. I speak Swahili. You trying to figure out what the hell I'm saying. Like,
what is she over
I don't speak Swahili, fam. But that's how it is in some type of communications. You could be saying the same thing over and over, and they're not getting it because they don't speak that. They weren't brought up from that. They don't understand that because that's not them. That's not in their makeup. Sometimes it take for you to, like, ask somebody else, like, can I phone a friend for this, like, right
what
here?
What is she talking
what
about
you think
right
about
now?
this? They can give you some insight. Of course, this must be someone who probably knows a bit more about you to know, like, yeah, friend, you do be doing that.
Man, shout out to best friends. Because they sure be like,
yes, they will check you quick. This is the importance of friends.
Shout out to my big brother.
Or people that know you, like, they will tell you. And fortunately, this is the good thing about having family. They will tell you and do not care what you think about what they're saying.
Absolutely.
They will not. Like my mother, she said, my mama mouth, honey. She'd say some shit. She said to one of my girlfriends, like, oh, so you the new victim of the week. Like, fuck, mom, shut up. She like, what? It's true. You changed how it was like chips. I'm like, oh, thanks so much for that. Because she's like, she not going to last. I'm like, Mama, Jesus Christ. She's like, I know you. She not going to last.
That's deep.
So it's like, but you appreciate that. It's like, oh, you get mad at it when it's from your family, but you hear it more because the gloves was off.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to be able to make sure that people can either have that vulnerability or that openness with people that they love. You know, like, stop, like, he's doing that because he's a hater or no, they're doing it because they care. That's the only reason why people even open their mouths. That's the reason why we're talking about things that women should be discussing, because we care about the thought process or the psyche of that. We care about your fashion. You know what I'm saying? People care about shit like that. And it's passionate to them. They're passionate about it. So they speak about it. Other than that, shit be cast but a friendly ghost to me, because you could, if you don't matter or I don't care about you, it'd be like, why do I don't care. I absolutely do not care. Mm-hmm. Because it's you, it's your life, your decisions, things that you want to do. Like, I'm not, do you, boo?
Do you? That's
do
my,
you, fam?
That's how I do you. Can't nobody else do you like you.
This is true. So that's what I mean about that, like the communication thing, which brings us to the thirst trap portion.
Yes.
So the thirst trap portion this time, I guess it's a bit more serious for me, because at this point I'm just really tired of seeing it. So as the communication portion of anything, all interaction with people is important. Let's just get Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. They have like this feud going on. Nicki Minaj accused French Montana of not working with her because of something that Cardi B said, right? About not working with her.
Yeah, I didn't know what sparked it. Like,
right, because Nicki
they
Minaj
both are talented women.
Yes, right. And I'm not so, I love Cardi B, but I mean, the girl is talented. You can't knock her for that.
Whether she's writing it or not,
it doesn't really matter.
I'm pretty sure 90% of the industry doesn't write their own music.
Exactly.
So
but
somebody sampled or did something from somebody else.
It doesn't matter if you was shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to love Aerosmith. Not a lot of people love them either. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying it's different categories. And in this category, you two are two black women, or mulatto, because I believe Cardi B is not just black, but just women in general who have huge platforms, and the platforms that you're using it for is just drama. It's like, you do know that's a setup, right? For the industry shit. Like, sometimes, it's just that they giving us shit to talk about, like, oh, well, we gonna spark this feud between them. Like, but why do you have to fall victim to that? Why do you have to be the black woman or the white woman or the whatever woman that's involved in drama because that people think it's catchy?
That's crazy, because they both have a huge fan base.
Huge. And the both of them could be like dope as hell together.
Yeah, because I think they both are from New York.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know which borough they from.
Right.
But they both are from New York. I mean, that's dope. For them both to be from New York,
and then it's just
they do music together.
Yes, and all they do is beef now. Everybody beef. Oh, I rep your hood. Y'all on internet tearing each other down as women, talking about each other underneath pictures, talking about some, yeah, bitch, you next, run up like Jesus. But it
don't even be happening like that. Like, everybody always want to cap up under the captions. But in real life, they don't really be about that.
Remember we talked about the verified? It'd be like verified people, other celebrities, basically, that's into the bullshit, like 50 Cent.
Oh, yeah. Get the strap.
Get the strap. Hey, 50, I'm not going to lie, I fuck with 50. I fuck with him because he's honest. He might be mean, but he honest as fuck. Everything that he been putting up been real. He's not telling no lies.
He's
so
not.
People think that he's mean because he's telling the truth. His truth a little fucked up.
But the thing is, though, this is what I'm saying. They do all this capping. Like, 50 Cent, he talks shit, hella shit, truthful shit, but he speak on it, right?
Yeah, he does.
But everybody have a problem with it. but then they never run up. They never do anything. 9 times out of 10,
that's how I be feeling like
these celebrities are protected by these big ass 7 foot, 300 pound linebacker as a security guard.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like y'all want to sit here and go capping at each other, but when y'all see each other, it ain't gonna be shit anyways. So what's the point? Yeah. So now y'all sitting up here looking stupid.
Woofing, doing it for the gram.
Looking stupid. Why? For what?
And then the audience just gets bigger and bigger. Ooh, drama. It's like reality TV, all that housewife shit, just drama. So you're going to use your platforms as the celebrities that you are to, promote and push the the conversations or the lifestyles that you should want to push, but you just going to sell drama. And then it's like all the black women get into it.
No, not Beyonce. Beyonce don't get into it. Nobody.
I love her. That's why she got the biggest. You know what I'm saying? Do you see somebody that's bigger than Beyonce?
You can't see. What's crazy is that you can't say anything about Beyonce because Beyonce don't say nothing about anybody else.
Yeah,
so if
she
somebody
really don't.
So if she come at somebody. So if somebody comes at her,
I don't even know if she's the type to. Yeah, they gonna come at you.
They gonna come at you.
Beyonce don't even have to say nothing, but it's because, from what you're saying, she doesn't say anything about anybody. She's not out in that platform.
She uses her platform for the positive
things. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jay-Z. He rejected the Super Bowl. They kind of came back. They wanted him to do it. He's like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. And I fuck with that because y'all gave him so much bad publicity about the, pro-black show that they put together, and then in the same breath.
But they don't, they never talk that stuff about Beyonce, though.
Of course not. But I be like, y'all do know Beyonce's black, right?
Yeah. The last performance that she did on the Super Bowl, I think she did, what was the name of that song?
She was standing there with black fists.
Yeah.
And girls with Afro puffs.
Yeah. What's the name of that song?
Formation.
Yeah, there you go.
Formation.
There you go. She got up there and did Formation.
She did
and
her
she got into
thing.
Formation.
Yeah, she did her fucking thing.
But see, she used her platform.
That's what
for
I'm
something
saying.
Positive.
David Banner, he has been, if anybody is not following him, he changed his name to David Banner, likes pictures, and he has been promoting him, Nick Cannon, people who have a big platform, they're now using it, telling people I think it was a meme I seen, it's not your lifestyle that you're leading that's encouraging them. It's about what you're saying, about what's coming out of your mouth. No. It's actually, scratch that. It's how you're living that they're paying attention to, not what's coming out of your mouth so much. So it's yeah, you say like David Banner, he actually lives it and he speaks it. But okay, you could say for Nicki Minaj, I don't be on that shit with girls, woo woo, but you be on that shit
with Cardi B.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. So it's not what you're saying; it's the lifestyle that you're leading as a celebrity that's imposing upon somebody less than a celebrity like myself. Because I'm looking at you and Cardi B at a gala with a whole bunch of beautiful black people in dresses, and all I see is security guards.
And shoes flying.
You're not even in the right fucking setting for that type of shit. Do you know where you are?
But then that makes these up-and-coming female artists feel like they have to beef with somebody to get on.
Exactly. That's what was that? Was it Rod Digger and Remy Ma? I don't know. It was Remy Ma and somebody else.
Nicki Minaj.
Was it? But Remy Ma got into it with somebody else as well, and then got in that ass and went to jail for that shit.
Oh, for attempted murder?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So don't nobody really want to fuck with her.
Right. Ain't nobody really fucking with her no more now, because she was like, I'm not doing this shit for entertainment. You was coming at my kid. You was coming at my family. That shit was serious.
But yeah, she uses her platform. I think she has a talk show, or she's been on a few talk shows. And she's been speaking some stuff. I seen clips on the internet about it, and how she's now using her platform, to inform women.
Yeah. So that's just like that guy, Mr. Hotspot. You remember? He's like, and all his fucking, I don't know. Anyway, Mr. Hotspot, that's his name on Instagram. He got on from being the guy that would rat you, we'd sit down and have a roast session with some guys. They'd be like, yo, little boot, big boot, wearing ass, something, just gunning your ass. He decided, he said he got some following off of that. But when he made his message more positive, he said it took off. He had like a few 100,000 from gunning people because everybody roasting people. It's all about negativity. But, it's funny. Like the guy, what was the guy we seen, babe, at the gas station? Your barbecue. Ready to attend this barbecue.
Yeah, that guy.
But he doesn't have as much following from gunning people as he could as Mr. Hotspot, who went to a more positive connotations and more uplifting, things. And now his following took off. People like positivity.
Yeah. Especially right now.
Yes.
We need all the positivity.
With everything that's going on in the world, together. Everybody's going through something. You do not know what people are going through. Like, promote positivity. Like, fuck. Why does everybody have to fall for drama sales or I think we heard about how Chicago Inc. or Black Ink Crew, I heard that all that shit was fake.
I could
believe it. It's reality
because,
TV, but it ain't real for real.
When you see them on Instagram, they're friends, but the way they coming at each other's necks, I would never come on my friends' necks like that.
Yeah, so, just to do it for the, come on for this shit. I couldn't even fake doing that. Nah, I'm not saying that to my best friend.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm not saying that.
I won't belittle my friends in front of anybody.
No.
I can't do.
No.
I don't care.
I know a girl, because, my modeling and thing. I know a model who went on America's Next Top Model and told me, they were, putting everything, okay, now everybody hover around and cry. And she was like, oh, my God. I did not know that this shit was like this.
Yeah, everything is scripted.
Everything
TV
is
stuff
scripted.
is scripted.
It's all about drama, all about getting into it. Don't fall for that shit.
Don't fall for the thirst trap.
Yes. Promote positivity.
Thank you guys for listening.
Ooh.
We had just wrapped up the 5th episode of Bitches Brew. Thank you for tuning in with us.
Yes.
Make sure you leave us that 5-star rating on iTunes. If you leave us a comment, we will shout you out.
Yes.
So go ahead and drop us. Let us know what you think. You can catch us on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. No, maybe not Snapchat. But you can catch us on all the social media handles at V and the J. And then you can also email us. Email us at vandthej@gmail.com. Let us know what you think, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
Be open with us. We're so glad you're listening. Share our podcast with everybody.
Yeah, tell a friend.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you, guys.